Hello and welcome to another Baggie Brothers video. We're talking all things Albion and we're having a post-match chat after our 2-1 loss against West Ham. I don't know about you, but I don't think we actually played that badly. Thinking
No,
about the whole game.
no, I don't think we played badly. Two silly goals to give away, in my opinion. Really, I mean, the first one it was lucky. Bowen took it really well off his chest, didn't he? It was a fizzed-in ball, but
Yeah.
we could have dealt with that a bit better, I think. And the second one, Antonio's kind of got in between our defence and midfield, hasn't he? There's a
Yeah, I
little
think he
gap in the
managed to just
box.
I think he just
It was a
managed
great
to
finish.
yeah,
But
I think he just managed to get away from a J. He just managed to just take a yard on him and then
yeah,
I mean, yeah, great finish, great turn from him and a good, good goal for them, but I don't know about you, but just because I made some notes to talk about this as I do when we do these things, and all I was thinking was as I was just going through it was I made a note of about 4 or 5 times where we had chances to score, and it feels like, and obviously I know that this is one of the things that Big Sam's trying to sort out in this transfer window, but we're just missing someone who can get goals.
and Antonio.
And Antonio.
Yeah, I'd love him up top for us. I think he would
Oh
be.
yeah,
He's
he'd be a
so
machine.
strong,
Yeah,
up top, and that's exactly what we need. Someone who's quick, who's strong and athletic, and can finish. And Antonio ticks all them three boxes. I don't
it's
think we're
very
going to
true.
sign him, but
I wouldn't think
no,
West Ham would give him up for anything. But
no,
yeah, I mean, just going back to like the first half, first half was pretty even. The whole thing, we looked pretty good going forward. We looked good defending. They looked
yeah,
good going forward. They looked good defending.
a
Um,
close match, wasn't it? First half, really. I think.
First half, and then just right at the break, they just
Yeah,
they got that goal, and it was just and that's always a really I know everyone sort of says it, but that's a really difficult time to sort of concede because
yeah,
you don't know how the halftime talk's going to have to be changed now to deal for the
yeah,
second half. And there were, and going back to just chances missed. First half, we had Grzycki holding the ball up, made a great run into a load of space instead of just taking it first time on his left, which is a surprise to me because I thought he was left footed. He tries to cut back inside and then holds the ball up and then ends up sort of trying to tap it to Gallagher, who just can't do anything with it because he's surrounded by West Ham players.
yeah,
And then, and then Cal had that, what could have been a really good cross onto Pereira, and obviously Fabianski just read it super
yeah,
easily. But
yeah. That was unlucky.
but I feel like the second half we definitely came out with a bit more positivity. We looked considering how well I thought we did in the first half, we looked better coming out.
Yeah, we did. I think it was just up until they made their substitutions when the quality that they've got in their squad compared
To
to us
bring
is
on, yeah,
it's just a bit better, isn't it? Like we were bringing on, no disrespect to like Hal Robson-Kanu, he's a good striker, but they brought on players and they made an impact on the game, didn't they?
yeah. You got
So
someone like Yarmolenko on the bench.
yeah, I
He's a
mean,
better player.
yeah, of
He just
course he is.
is.
Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
I mean,
yeah,
should we have Pereira's goal? What a strike! And
unbelievable.
he's finding the net now, which I'm quite
Yeah,
pleased about when he's playing in that. Like we said from day one, all those episodes ago, in the
mm.
middle, just behind the striker, leave him there alongside him
And
ish,
he'll start doing
and he'll
stuff.
start
Yeah,
doing stuff, and he is.
I actually
So
jumped out of my seat watching that.
I did as well. Yeah,
It's nice to have been like, oh, what a goal!
yeah, yeah. It
But a
was.
nice, pleasant surprise. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, what a great goal. We, I posted it on our story and just,
Yeah,
yeah, just because it deserved a bit of a share. Lovely finish, well taken.
yeah.
Um, but then and then it was it was funny again. Like I was thinking, wow, we're looking okay, and then as you say, kind of around the time they started making subs, Declan Rice was worrying me at a couple of points today. As I imagine, that's kind of what he's employed
But you
for.
can, yeah, you can tell he's just a different level compared to everyone else on that pitch.
Mm.
He will play for a top club. You can see he will.
Yeah, at some point he'll be at the big boys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
So
he had a couple of chances that just both times I was just saying, "Oh, please don't go in," and luckily they
yeah,
didn't.
no,
And yeah, I thought we were just playing really really well right up until Antonio's goal. Really was kind of when my head sort of just dropped and was thinking like, oh, shit, here we go. This
yeah,
is it. This is the game. This is what it's going to be like from now until full time. It was had some good chances that again just weren't taken. Gallagher's chance in the 78th minute that he kind of didn't really hit cleanly could have been the equaliser. Furlong's miss
Furlong's
right at the
volley,
end that should have been the equaliser.
such a good effort. but it was his
Yeah.
weaker foot, wasn't it?
But
So,
you know,
oh, I
it's
know, I know.
I'm not sitting here like acting like I could have scored it. I'm not
No,
sitting here acting like anybody
but he
watching
did
or
score.
listening to this
Yeah,
would be sitting there going, "Yeah, well, I would have finished it."
he scored one a few weeks back like that as well, didn't he? But with
Yeah,
his other foot. So when I saw him coming onto it, I thought, "Oh, go on," and then it just went wide.
yeah.
It was unlucky. I mean, that would have been a
It was
hell of a
very
goal. It'd have been a
unfortunate.
hell of a goal if he'd have scored that.
Yeah, would have been amazing. I would have lost my mind. Would have been
Yeah,
like, great, cool. I'll take a draw if that's how we're doing it with two great goals.
yeah.
But yeah, like I say, I
It
don't
was one of
really have
those.
any massive criticisms of
No, it
today.
was one of those results where I would take more positives probably from negatives from the game. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
it's another. We've lost another game, so that's another 3 points gone. Potential draw, but it, if we play like that against the worser teams where we haven't been playing as well, I
mm.
think we can get points from them, and I do believe that we could stay up now if we continue playing like we have over the past 2 games against Wolves
Yeah.
and against West Ham tonight.
Yeah, so definitely there's definitely a different feeling in my mind now after a game like that. Like you say, since the Wolves game, because the Wolves game, I was obviously fantastic for all Albion fans,
My
and I feel
cheeks are
like it was a
still,
good boost.
my cheeks are still aching from the smiling.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, part of my reason for not being so miserable at losing today was kind of like, yeah, but we beat Wolves though, so
Yeah,
I'm happy about that. But I'm sitting watching that, and it's like, all right, yeah, let's just focus on some of the positives of the game. I think again, Grzycki had a really good game.
yeah, he
I
did.
thought he
Yeah,
looks really good. Obviously, taken off just because he's lacking a bit of fitness, but I thought he
yeah,
played well. Thought Pereira and Robinson and Grzycki all were linking up really well at the top. It's just getting those goals that really we're missing.
yeah.
Hopefully, they'll bring in someone who can do that for us. Didn't think Bartley and Ajayi played particularly badly again. I thought they did pretty decently. Just again,
No,
the goals were kind of just getting away from them, but
yeah.
wasn't horrendous. Sawyers, I was actually really impressed with how Sawyers was playing today. I know, shock
You feel
horror. I was
he's
sitting
feeling
there
all right.
thinking, yeah, I don't know. I've had a couple of beers, so maybe it's that. But I was just sitting watching it thinking, he's not actually playing that bad. Like he was actually moving around the pitch a bit more and he played some decent passes and he just looked switched on. And it's kind of, I guess, I know I've sat and moaned about someone like him since the start of the season, but it's down to the fact that he today was how he should have been playing from the start of the season. It's kind of like we all know as Albion fans what he can
Capable
be.
of, yeah.
So it was more just down to frustration, I suppose. My past views on him, but yeah, today he actually was switched on, and I was thinking like, yeah, good. Now start with being exceptional. Now start blowing people's minds, but
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't. There's no one really. No one really I could sort of criticize. The only one I could really think of, I thought Gallagher didn't play as well as he had done prior to the Wolves game. All the games before that, he was one of the best. And today, I just didn't think he was bad, but I thought he was possibly our weakest player on the pitch.
Yeah, I don't think Dara O'Shea had the greatest of games either. There was a few little things that he did, which,
I mean, apart from that clearance,
well, yeah, the clearance obviously, but
I mean, that made
yeah,
me.
that was a great. Yeah,
That's what made me kind of think.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
no, he's done
first,
great there.
yeah, first half. I think maybe I was more judging it on. I think it took him quite a while to get into it, but yeah, none of them played bad tonight.
No,
Not really. I don't think you can't say anyone. You wouldn't drop anyone from that team for the next game. But
no,
obviously, we've got Snodgrass to come back into it, who is a definite shoo-in from his performance at the weekend.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's just who do you take out? Do you bring Gallagher out, or do you bring Sawyers out, or do you bring Livermore out?
I'd say for me, it'd be a toss up between Livermore and Sawyers. If I were to put Snodgrass in, and not as a replacement, just as a rotation,
Yeah,
if Livermore is still our captain, which it looks like he still is, I'd maybe go for Livermore, Snodgrass, and Gallagher, and see what that trio can work like, and see how they do. I know next game, obviously, we're up against Man City, which is
we've got a
we've
point at
drawn
that place.
we've drawn against them, but
Yeah,
we've been rubbish at home this season.
yeah, we
So
have. Yeah, I know.
so if so, I don't think home or away really means anything at the moment because we've got no fans. It's more of a case of can we just be switched on. Hopefully, we again I'd take a 1-1 draw or just a
Yeah,
0-0 or whatever against them.
a
But
point against them. Yeah,
who knows? We've got a week until then. I'm definitely feeling more positive though
Yeah.
after today's match. I'm not so bummed out as we usually are.
No, and especially if Sam can bring a couple in, because he did say he's quite close to a couple now in a conference
Or in the
earlier.
commentary, they were talking about they did 250 inquiries this so far.
Yeah,
That's mad.
no, I know,
I don't
but
even do that many.
I know I don't. But there must be so much stuff going on behind the scenes with all that sort of stuff. Because you think
Mm,
about it, if they're coming in from a different country, they got a quarantine
yeah.
and all this sort of stuff you've got to take into account.
And especially now with Brexit as well, anybody
Yeah,
coming from Europe, well, basically anybody coming from anywhere in the world,
need to be.
they've got to
Yeah,
apply to get visas and all this sort of stuff now. So looks
so it's going to
like
be a lot harder to get
mm,
people in, which he already has come out and said.
sure.
Um, Obviously, with the pandemic and leaving Brexit, he said it's going to be really tough. So, yeah, I know we've been linked with quite a few, and we've been putting them up, haven't we? Kind of
Mm,
going on, and we might get them. We might get them, but yeah, it'll be tough. I think we just need I think we just need a striker coming in and a holding midfielder, and I think that would actually those two positions would really strengthen us if we can get some quality in.
mm.
So
Yeah.
we're obviously not getting Wiltshire though.
No,
On
Wilshire's,
to
yeah, he's
Bournemouth.
joined Bournemouth. I mean, good for him.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
no,
there
no.
for a bit, and he's obviously got a connection to the place. So
He'll suit that style of football at Bournemouth as well. So
I think he'll probably be one of the things that helps them get up
yeah,
back
could
into the
do.
Prem this season. So no, good for them. Yeah. So obviously, yeah, next game we've got Man City. Any
Yeah.
score predictions? Any thoughts on what that game's going to be like?
Well, if we play like we have over the last two games, I think we'll make it a bit more of a competitive game. I don't think we'll get absolutely battered. Well, I'd hope we wouldn't anyway.
Mm,
Um, I think when we moved to three central defenders and then two wingers, I thought we looked a little bit better going forward. So maybe you'll set up with that. So we were a bit more defensively solid with maybe like a Sawyers or a Livermore or someone holding just in front of the three. So it's technically a four staying there and then allowing the fullbacks to push on.
mm,
I think that might be quite a good idea against City and just try and hit them on the break. So, yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Well, it's just one of them for me at the moment. Like we've had in general good performances against the top teams this season. We've had a 1-1 against City in the first time we played them. We had a 1-1 against Liverpool. Only lost 1-0 to United and Tottenham. 3-3 with Chelsea. Arsenal obviously handed it
Arsenal
to
was the only
us.
one, wasn't it? Yeah,
If we're obviously talking sort of the
top.
traditional top
Yeah,
six, not the actual top six, but yeah, I mean, if we can play, like you say, if we can defend as well as we did against them the last time we played them, and can keep that part still solid, and then play attackingly the same way we have in the last two games, I can't see why we can't put up a good fight. I don't think
yeah,
we'll win, but I can't see why. There's now for me there's no reasons for it to sort of be a battering. Like if another
no
Arsenal game happens, it's going to be more
alarm bells
cause for
ringing,
concerns
won't
and
it?
like
Yeah,
why is this going on?
yeah. No, I
So
know what you mean.
who knows? Hopefully we can get some points, but
Yeah, you just got to look at it that they've got a hundred million pound
yeah,
squad, haven't they? With
yeah.
world class players. So
Their
if we can get
two of their
anything
defenders
from
cost
it,
more than our whole team, so
yeah. So if we can get anything from that game, it's a bonus, isn't it?
absolutely.
So and just try not to concede as
Yeah,
many.
just try and keep it tight. I guess some other little sort of admin news to sort of cover us before we finish. We did film an interview with Paul Robinson recently. Some of you may have noticed that. Some of you may have already seen it. But if you haven't, it will be on screen at the end of the video. So please click on that and watch us chatting to him. We're talking about his new business, which is Paul Robinson Sport Mindset. And we also had a chat about his time at the Hawthorns.
It's worth a watch just for the Phillips story, isn't it? That
Absolutely.
proper tickled me, that one.
Yeah, it was
So
great. Yeah, it was nice.
yeah,
Nice. It was really great chatting to him. He
it
obviously
was,
seemed like
yeah.
a very
Really
personable
nice
guy,
guy.
and yeah, made things very easy to talk to him. And the other thing, which I think is worth us doing, is we've just broken 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So a huge thank you to anybody that is following our page, because we're making this content for fans of West Brom, and the fact that people are caring about what we have to say and
I
do
know.
is pretty great. So
It
thank you
is,
so much
yeah.
for clicking that follow button and liking our posts and whatnot. And in terms of how we're currently looking on YouTube, we're almost at 100 subscribers as well. So
Yeah. So that's really good. That's what we wanted to do in our first year. So
yeah. So thank you again.
yeah,
Everybody
thanks
that's
everyone.
been following us, subscribing us. You've
Yeah.
you've made it great for us
Yeah.
and made
You
it
have.
worth doing, made it good fun. I guess we'll see them next after the Man City game, then, won't we?
Yeah. Looking at it, yeah.
Unless anything fun happens in between, unless there's some massive transfers or whatnot. But
The only other thing I was going to bring up as well, which has just been released quite a lot and quite heavily, is that we are being investigated, West Brom and West Ham, about the Robert Snodgrass
oh yes, I
not
did read
playing
that.
tonight.
Yeah.
I think it will probably just be a fine. I don't think it's going to be points deducted, but
No.
we may have breached some rules because we've basically said that we're not going to field our strongest side potentially with him in it, which is
I think
gaining
it was.
West Ham an advantage.
Wasn't it
Is the
something
way
to
I've
do with
read
the
it.
fact that us signing him, there was a clause that basically said
Yeah.
because he's just joined us from them, he's not allowed to play. And in the
So
rules
West
of the
Ham,
FA, it says you can't do that,
yeah.
basically.
So West Ham basically turned around and said that they wanted to, they'd let the transfer go through when it did, but he couldn't play against West Ham on this day. If we didn't agree to that, then the transfer would go through on the 20th of January. So we basically said, well, we want him as soon as possible. So yeah, we'll agree to that. So I think it'll only be a fine. I don't think it will be points deducted.
That's the last thing.
So imagine that.
So how many points deducted? 12.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Shit.
Minus
We'll start.
points.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, great. So
God, what an effort that would be.
I know, but yeah, hopefully it'll just be a fine. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but I can see why West Ham have probably done it. I think we've probably done stuff like that in the past.
I can understand why they've done it because obviously of who he is and the sort of character he is, but
he
at the
improved
same
our
time,
team at the weekend, didn't he?
yeah, very true. But there's a bit of me that's kind of like that's kind of sneaky. That's a bit sly to do that. I like because obviously with loan contracts, you can't play against your parent club. That makes sense.
Like Gallagher couldn't play against Chelsea, so
yeah, but we've not got him on loan. So
no,
be interesting to find out more about that and see what happens of it. But
yeah,
we shall see.
Yeah.
Righto. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what we've just done, please click the subscribe button. Please click the like button because that helps us out loads. Our socials are on the screen, so go and follow us. And we will see you after the Man City game. Thank you very much, guys.